What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to teach you guys how to solve the Klotski puzzle or any 15 Klotski puzzle. So this is a very easy puzzle to solve. It's not really a Rubik's Cube, but it is produced by a cube company, so I thought why not, teach you guys. So 15 is going to be easy. If you have a 9 version, that's even easier, but there's also a 35 and a 48 version if I'm not wrong. And those are pretty hard. The method is the same, but there's just a bit more numbers in it. I don't have the others, so I cannot show you guys, but I have the 15. I can show you how to solve this one, and the others are pretty similar. Plus, this is more classic, So without further ado, let's scramble. Alright, so now that it's scrambled, first thing we need to do is you need to solve the first row. And for that, we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4 in it. And one's right here, so we need to get it over here. So we can move this down, this over here, and continue the cycle. And 1 is over here now. Now we will put the 2 over here. Now to put 2 over here, we need to move all of these away. And now we have a 3-piece cycle. And we can just cycle them around until we get 2 over here. Now we got lucky and the 3 is over here. If not, then the method to solve 3 or 4 is to push all the way here. So there's an empty space below 1. You put 1 over here, you put 2 over here, and then you solve 3 or 4. And in this case, we need to solve 4. So we're going to put 3 also over here, and then we're going to do a 3-piece cycle. And there we go, we got 4. Now we're going to put 4, 3, 2, and put 1 back up. Now we got our first row. Now we're going to move on to 5. Now 5 is over here, so we're going to cycle all of these 5 pieces. So we're going to cycle them. And now these 3. Since we got 5 over here, we need to get 6 over here, so we can cycle these 3 pieces. There we go, we got 6. Now for 7, we cannot just cycle any number of pieces to put the 7 over here. So what we're going to do is make sure we have an empty space below 5. So we're going to put 5 down, 6 over here, and then do the 3-piece cycle for 7. And put 7, 6, and 5 back. Now we already have our 8 over here, so that's pretty lucky. And now we're going to put 9, 10, 11, 12. 9's over here, so we can just move it up. 9, 10 is already solved. Now for 11, same thing that we did for 7 and 4. We're going to put, we already have an empty space on below 9. So we're going to put this one over here, 10 over here, put 11 up, and then put all of these over here, and put the 9, 10, 11 back. Now we have our 12. We're going to do the same thing, put all of these over here, and then do the 3-piece cycle to swap these, and then put 12 beside 11, and then put these pieces back. Now we have 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we only have these 3 pieces left. Now these 3 pieces are the only place you might need to remember something. The other 12 pieces are pretty intuitive, so not a whole lot of thinking to do. But for these 3 pieces, you need to do a lot of thinking. Now for these 3 pieces, what I like to do, there are multiple ways to do it. What I like to do is put 12, 9, 10, 11, 15, like this. And then cycle them one more. So the 9, 10, 11, 12 are like this. Then now I can do a 3 cycle with these 3 pieces so that they're in right order, 13, 14, 15. Now we're going to put 9, 10, 11, 12, and cycle, reverse them up. And there we go. This is pretty much the easier way, right? So we're going to go to another solve. Alright, so now that we've scrambled it, we're going to move on to the first row. So we're going to solve 1 by just cycling all of these pieces and getting this over here. Now for 2, what we can do is either put all of these over here and then cycle these 3 pieces, or we can do it the smart way, put 7, 6 over here, and then put 2 beside it to make it more move efficient. Now put 3 over here. We're going to cycle all of these 5 pieces. So we're going to cycle them. Now we have a 3-piece cycle. We're going to cycle them. And our 4th is solved as well. Now we need to get 5 over here, but 5 is over here. Now how we can do this is cycling these 7 pieces. So we can cycle them. Now these 5 pieces. There we go. Now for 6, we cannot do any kind of 3 cycles to, solve 6 without messing up 5. And we cannot also do the same technique where we put 5 over here, then put 6, because that would mess up 5. So how you're going to do this is you're going to put, you're going to get this to the right. Now what I mean by this is we don't want 6 in this column. We want it over here in these pieces. So what we're going to do is cycle these 7 pieces. And when we cycle them, we see that we can get the 6 over here. Now we have a 3 cycle, which is just simple. We can cycle these around. And there we go. We got 5, 6, 7 solved as well. Now for 8, we're going to do 3 cycle to get this up here. Now we're going to put an empty space below 5. Then do the technique I taught you. We're going to put 8 over here. Then, put all these to the side. Put 8 and 6 and 5 back. There we go. We got our next row. For 9, 10, 11, 12, 9's over here. We're going to put this here. Then cycle these 5 pieces around. Now we're going to cycle these 3 pieces around. And we got 9, 10. Now for 11, we need to get the empty space over here below 9. So we're going to get the empty space. Then we're going to put these down. Then do the 3 cycle. And put all of these back. And 10, 11, 12 back. And 9 back as well. And there we go. We have solved this again. Now, a couple of tricks before I go. If you want to speed solve this, first of all, get a good Klotski puzzle. If you don't already have this GE one, please get it, because these are magnetic and they really help in stabilization, and you can do fast moves without actually locking up. So another thing is you want to have solve either with your middle finger or your index finger. I recommend my middle finger because it's just much more easier to control. Feels like I'm using the mouse, but still I like to use my middle finger. It just feels more stable compared to my index finger. I just feel like it's just more slippery to use my index finger, but it's personal preference, honestly. So whichever one you like the best, please use it. Don't use your thumb, obviously. Sometimes you can if you want to do a 3 cycle on the bottom. You don't want to move your hand too much. And I highly recommend using both hands because it just helps in coordination. And one more thing, if you want to cycle a lot of pieces, like these 7 pieces you want to cycle, just don't do this. Oh, that. Instead, do this. You see the difference? I used the same force, but I moved more pieces instead of doing a repeated move. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys like this video, and let me know if you could solve this. It's a pretty intuitive puzzle, and without further ado, I'll see you guys all next time.